Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
2 people are facing drug charges after being stopped for speeding in Turner County. The Turner County Sheriff's Office says a deputy was southeast of Hurley late Sunday night when he saw a vehicle approaching at a high rate of speed. The vehicle was going 9 miles an hour over the speed limit. The deputy pulled the car over and saw criminal activity.
During further investigation, over 7 pounds of THC oils, wax, edibles, and marijuana were found. Authorities also seized the car and over $300 cash. Both the driver and passenger are charged with possession of a controlled substance and possession of marijuana. Dr. Aiden McNeil always wanted to be a veterinarian. She used to be a science teacher, but later graduated from veterinary school at the University of California, Davis in 2006.
McNeil and her husband moved to the Coleman area 6 months ago and recently opened Coleman Veterinary Services. They offer services for horses, livestock, household pets, and more.
I do see lizards and snakes and turtles and things like that. I do horses, llamas, alpacas. I've seen elephants, camels, everything.
The clinic is located in a travel trailer. It will become a mobile clinic during warmer months. 18 Dakota State students can now say they have a published video game now streaming on the gaming platform Steam.
This new accomplishment is helping to build their experience and portfolios.
And that also gives you nice things you can talk about in your interview, both what you've learned and skill-wise, what you figured out just by making this game. Plus, it makes a really nice resume piece to be able to point and say, hey, look, you know, I built this. And
the students have been working on these programs for over a year.
Now let's get a check of our morning forecast with meteorologist Brian Karstens. A warmer start to the week, Brian, but cooling by Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed. And as we start the shortened work week for many of us, seasonal weather today. Sioux Falls area, for example, as we look at the hourly temperature, getting it to, I would say, about 43, 44 here by mid-afternoon. Our wind speed, as noted by the line there in the white, that's about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So overall, a pretty fair forecast today. As we look at the numbers across the rest of KELOLAND, highs warmer in Rapid City, 57 degrees, Pierre 52, Aberdeen 43. That's a quick look at weather. We'll explore the rest of the week coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Brian. With the holidays approaching, you might be thinking about getting a Christmas tree. You may want to get one soon, though, due to a shortage of trees.
Landscape Garden Centers in Sioux Falls receives trees from all over the country, but have about half the product they usually do.
The shortage really comes from a couple different issues. Labor and freight, like we hear in a lot of other industries, shortages, problems finding help. A lot of our tree farms even had issues harvesting the trees due to a shortage of labor.
Riverview Christmas Tree Farm is also encouraging families to come out and get a tree as soon as they can because they expect most of them to be gone by December 1st.
People in Sioux Falls stepped into the hardships of homelessness over the weekend. More than 100 people took part in the Walk a Mile in My Shoes event Saturday, which highlights the reality of hunger and homelessness in the community.
Participants were asked to bring a backpack filled with 15 pounds of non-perishable items to experience what it's like to lug all of your earthly possessions on your shoulders.
So when you're carrying a backpack of 15 pounds, it really makes you think of, this is unfortunately what our homeless face every single day. They carry everything that they own in a backpack because they don't have a home of their own.
The backpacks and their contents were donated to the St. Francis House. The walk capped off National Hunger and Homelessness Week. And that is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather it is today. We're looking at those temperatures climbing again as we bring up the latest hourly numbers here into the lower to middle 40s for Aberdeen at 2 o'clock, 50s west. I think with this mild air in place, we've got a good opportunity to start off very mild in the morning, at least in the 40s for portions of western South Dakota. And that southwesterly wind, that's kind of the key here to tomorrow as we bring in 60-degree weather likely in Yankton. I think Sioux Falls will be close to that 60-degree mark, and Chamberlain to the south, yeah, you bet. Valentine could easily hit 70 or 71 tomorrow afternoon. It's one day of that, though. Then we begin our cool down as we get into the cycle of weather on Wednesday. And also with that in mind, there's some wind out of the northwest as well. Let's bring up the maps on this. You see how we paint the picture here. On Tuesday, that mild weather, but the front that comes in here for Wednesday doesn't produce a lot in the way of snow, but there could be some flurries or a patch or two of snow in North Dakota or into the Black Hills. But you see how it really kind of fizzles once it gets to Sioux Falls. We just don't even have a reason to mention that much. And I think high pressure on Thanksgiving will end up effectively clearing our skies, diminishing our winds, bringing, a cool down. It'll highs in the upper 20s, low 30s, but overall, for this time of the year, we can't complain too much because it's going to start to warm back up again headed into the weekend. And we showed earlier on KELOLAND this morning about the 8 to 14 day is much above normal. Okay, so 40s today east. You see that 40 there, Brookings, and also in Marshall. We'll wrap up with your 7-day forecast. After that dip into Thanksgiving, we're back to the 40s, and I would not be surprised one bit if we add 50-degree weather to the extended forecast. We're not quite there yet, but we want to give that another cycle of data. I think even this weekend, though, at some point we're going to open the door to that possibility. Aberdeen in the northeast, 30 on Thanksgiving. That's our colder day. Then 40s likely as we head into Black Friday. And I really think right now, early next week, too, looks to be pretty dry here for the Pierre area. We have mentioned a slight chance of some moisture on Saturday. There is a minor clipper system moving down in the transition back to some of those milder temperatures. But when you add all these things together, they just don't have a lot to work with. So even Rapid City, a couple of 20% chances of either rain or snow, both Wednesday and Friday. Check out details, our Storm Center update posted right now at KELOLAND.com.